Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk to you about the QA process and something in the industry that we call a garage. So the QA process stands for quality assurance, and anytime that you're updating the copy, updating creative, launching a new campaign, launching new ad sets, anything, it's a really good idea to get another set of eyes on it. I can't stress this enough. So even if it's I know it's kind of tough if you're a small business owner. You can't, you don't have a lot of just rows and rows of staff of people to kind of handle this thing. But even if it's just a friend, a family member, something, to have someone kind of take a look at your work and check it out. There's something called cognitive blindness, and that's if you're sort of focused on one thing for too long, you miss all of the peripherals. And so I'm sure you guys have experienced this if you're in high school and you reread your term paper over and over and you think it's immaculate, everything looks great, and then you go to turn it in and or you turn to a friend and they find a bunch of mistakes, or worse, you turn it in and the teacher marks you down. So get a second pair of eyes on any changes that you make, whether that's bids and budgets and anything. I can't stress it enough. And then the second thing is what we call a garage, and I'm not frankly entirely sure where this term came from, but it is the idea. I'm sure it has something to do with kind of people in the early days of tech kind of sitting around in the garage and checking each other's work, but it's the idea of putting yourself in the sort of shoes of the customer. And it goes kind of hand in hand with QA. In fact, just recently, a few months ago, I was working on a website for a friend of mine, and I had it perfect. I thought it was immaculate, and I was kind of bragging to another friend, like, hey, look at this cool thing I did, and he pulled it up on his browser on his phone. It was a different device, and it was just not scaled properly, and the text was all off. And so number one, QA for particularly mobile. I can't stress this enough that we are a mobile first society. So anything that you're doing, check it in mobile first. Make sure you can do it on several different devices, and look how it's going to show up and how it's going to render in mobile. Secondly, in terms of the garage, so what you want to do is basically from an email that you're sending to a customer to an ad that you're sending to a customer, from your Facebook page, your Instagram page, any sort of first touch that you have with a customer. It can be paid, it can be organic, whatever it is, whatever kind of outbound push media kind of marketing efforts that you have. I would catalog all of those and then go through them one by one and put yourself and others, even if it's from your vice president, your CEO, your secretary, whoever, get them all in a room and have them go through the customer journey. And I promise you, you will be amazed at the things that they notice, the paths that they take that you never thought that they would, and it will teach you all of the potential customer paths that can go through that media. So you may have links that you don't think are working. You may have products in your media, in your imagery, that they can't navigate to, or that are sold out, or any number of different things that that it's hard to kind of to diagnose these issues without actually going through them. And so as a best practice, and a lot of the companies that I've worked with get that on a regular cadence. And so particularly with your Facebook ads, because a lot of that is dynamic, so you have to check making sure all the pipes are sort of connected properly. I would say whatever that makes sense for your business. So once a quarter, once a month, get people in a room, catalog all the media, have them go through it, and you'll be amazed at some of the things you'll find. Even some of the big companies that I've worked with, they do things wrong. It's not intuitive, and you can have it even. It's a very cheap sort of mini focus group that you can put together. So that's it for this video. Again, if you have any questions, please reach out, and I'm happy to help. Thanks.